Hello, this is Julie Hogue with Vegetarians and Meat Lovers Split Table Recipes Podcast. We're a podcast about food, yummy stuff we need to exist and live on, but we also want to enjoy. It can be a challenge when you have to cook for more than one diet. You don't want to end up being a shorter cook, right? So I tend to focus on recipes where you can do both. This happens to be a meatless episode because I'm talking about air fryers. Air fryer ours gets used so much. My middle son just cooks with it all the time, and it gets used a lot. And I sometimes struggle with it because it's such a small space, right? And if I'm cooking for 4, 5, 6 people, that's a lot of rounds of the air fryer, right? But if you're cooking something small in it, it works. And so this recipe that I'm talking about today is, again, inspired by my son because he found a crouton recipe. His had very little oil, and he didn't really like it turned out. So I played around, and I found a recipe that I really like. And, you know, if you're like me, sometimes you forget to buy something at the store, and like, dang, I didn't get croutons. Well, you have an air fryer. You can make your own. All you need is bread, some spices and herbs, and oil, and an air fryer, and you can make your own croutons. And my other idea that I just found out in my brain, I just had this miraculous idea. What if I made Chex Mix and then added the homemade croutons to it? I love this idea, and I'm going to try it. I have not tried it yet. But anyway, you can make croutons. Like, have you ever thought of this? Like, I really hadn't thought about this. Sometimes when I've had salads and I didn't have croutons, I would do something like throw Cheez-Its on there or even goldfish if I was desperate. Actually make pretty good croutons. But anyway, so what this recipe is, you can use different kinds of bread too to make it taste different. I mean, like start thinking of the different ways that you can try this and your brain's going to go wild with ideas. This particular recipe is 3 slices of multigrain bread. You cut it into chunks that you want, obviously, the croutons to be the size of. And then you're going to mix together these ingredients together. 1 tablespoon olive oil, 1/2 teaspoon garlic salt, 1/2 teaspoon freeze-dried chives, 1/2 teaspoon dried oregano leaves, and 1/4 teaspoon onion powder. Stir that up to mix it really well, and then toss the oil mixture with the bread chunks to coat. You bake it in the air fryer for 10 minutes at 280. You want to jostle that air fryer pan at least once during the cooking time. And when it's done, when it's crispy and a bit golden, they're really good. They're really good. So basically you're making homemade croutons without adding any additional weird things like preservatives and all that. And obviously there's going to be whatever's in your bread, but you could use a bread without preservatives if you want to not have that stuff in it. The interesting thing is a lot of times in air fryers, you want to have it like single layer. This one I noticed it can be a pile and it doesn't need to be a single layer. So it can be a pile in there and that's the point of jostling it too. It just really worked. And so I didn't expect this to be such a easy thing to do. And they're really tasty and you can change up so many different things with this, like change out your herb, change out your spices, try different things. The sky is the limit with this and you can make your own fresh croutons. And now, like I said, I want to try the Chex Mix idea. So my thought is to like the croutons would replace like the little rye crisps, or you could just add it in with it, or replace the pretzels in the traditional Chex mix. And whenever I'm making salad, my youngest will come by and he will raid the salad for all the croutons. And I will have to chase him away. And so he totally loves croutons. And so, like, this is a thing where I'm like, do you just want me to make you a bowl of croutons? I'll just serve him a bowl of croutons. Here you go. It's kind of funny. Another fun recipe that I like to do with the air fryer is French fries. This is super easy, and you only need, I think it's like four ingredients. So this one's super easy, and I love fries, and you can make them with like a little bit healthier in the air fryer. This recipe is 6 potatoes. I used the russet, peeled and cut into sticks, however size you want them to be, for your fries. And then you take 2 teaspoons of coconut oil melted, 1/2 teaspoon seasoned salt, and 1/4 teaspoon onion powder. Toss it. Then you're going to stick it in that air fryer and I tend to like to use the coconut oil. You can use other oils. Obviously, this is an easy thing. Then you're going to cook it for about 20 to 27 minutes at 400 degrees in the air fryer. Shake the air fryer, I would say 5 times, maybe 6 during cooking, just to ensure you get even cooking. And they serve immediately with your favorite dipping sauce, which our house is major into ketchup, especially my youngest. He's a ketchup monger. We've caught him licking the plate to get all the ketchup bits off. Again, does he want like a bowl of ketchup with a spoon? I'm picking on him, but that's crazy. Anyway, this is super easy. And the reason I put a range there of 20 to 27 minutes is because I don't know how thick you're going to make your fries. So it depends on how thick your fries are, how long you need to cook that. So monitor it. Don't leave it there until it gets burnt to a crisp and then you have to start all over or throw them in the garbage. That's no fun, right? Nobody wants to do that. There's so many different things you can do with an air fryer. I also have a egg bake. It's like a Mexican egg bake. And I believe I have it on this. Let me see if I can find the exact name of it. I have it on the podcast. It's also on my website. So I do have the fry recipe on my website as well. I do not have the crouton one there yet, but I'm really excited about trying different things with this. And I'll have to let you know how the Chex Mix one goes. Like, that's pretty crazy. Okay, on my website, if you do want to find it, it's the quick, cheesy Mexican air fryer egg recipe. It's really good. And I made it in just a little Corningware square ones. Like, it's a single serving and it's super easy to make. You can do lots of different things with the air fryer. And so many people forget about using the air fryer. The thing I like about it is it heats up really fast. Like, if you're getting ready to do it, you don't have to sit there and wait for your oven to heat like you do when you're cooking something in the oven. The air fryer just like, bing, I'm hot. You can preheat it, but most recipes, what I've found, you don't have to preheat it. So, hey, it's another thing for you to use. And I don't know, we enjoy it. You can use a little bit less oil when you're doing things. I also have a recipe on my podcast. No, actually, this is on my blog, which it's Julie Hogue Writer is my blog. And that one, let's see, it's really super easy to make. If you want to, it's a squash recipe, and I'll have to see if I can link to it down in the podcast show notes. You use one of those little small squashes, so it's really super good. Anyway, try out your air fryer. You might enjoy it. And it's another way to cook, and there's less cleanup. You can get liners for it. And we have had some success with that. They can get kind of, the ones we have kind of are stained now. My son used the heck out of them, but they still work. And it's, a little bit nicer because you can just then clean the liner instead of the entire air fryer tray. So it's a little bit nicer, I guess. We are in the midst of cold weather in Minnesota. Lots of things are going on here. And I just hope that you're staying safe and enjoying winter if you can, wherever you are. I remind you that my book, One Dish, Two Diets, is on Amazon, and it's in paperback, hardcover, audiobook, and ebook. And I do have the hardcover still on sale from Christmas. I had a lot of lovely sales in December. So thank you so much for buying one. If you did, I always have good amount of sales during Christmas time, probably because people are doing gifts. But anyway, I'm keeping it at the $3 off the original price because it's been selling. So thank you for buying it. I also have American Midwest Cooking Quiches, which is a little cookbook of quiches. So check those out down in the podcast show notes. You can find links to that and my blog if you want to peruse that. I have all kinds of different topics on there, from family topics to cooking to family travel. I have some pet stuff on there. Julie Hogue Writer is that. JulieHogueWriter.com is that site. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay warm, and enjoy your air fryer if you have one. I think that it's worth getting one. It is kind of big and clunky, though, on your counter, right? It's kind of big and chunky, but I like it. I like how fast it heats up. It is a convenience, and you can use a little bit less oil, make things a little bit more healthy. We are in the heavy cold here in Minnesota. My son is doing ski club, so he's enjoying the cold. I don't so much enjoy the cold. I'm like really ready for spring to happen, and I'm looking forward to that because it's cold. I don't like going outside and it hurts, right? Like you go outside and the air actually hurts you. I saw this video online and it was these kids that came from Hawaii to Minnesota in December, or I don't know, somewhere around there, but they were like so shocked. But I can imagine how shocking that would be if you lived in Hawaii your whole life and then you come up to a really cold climate. That's going to shock you, right? Their faces were priceless. But we're tough here. We can handle it. We muscle through. We muscle through this cold and we get back to the spring. All right, you have an amazing day and thank you so much for listening. And I really appreciate you listening. I hope you enjoy my podcast. And as always, you can drop me a line and let me know what you like. My email is good grief, what's wrong with me? JAHOAG15@gmail.com. You can request something if you want me to do something, a specific topic or something. I'm always open to suggestions. Thank you so much for listening and you have an amazing day. Stay warm, eat good, enjoy life.